guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quincyville Sports. Today we have college football week 10 picks. Our two featured games this week are SMU Memphis and Georgia Florida. Big game down there in Jacksonville, world's largest cocktail party. But without further ado, let's get into this. Baylor has vaulted all the way up to number 12 in the rankings after, they haven't lost. I don't know what else you want them to do. They haven't really played a good team yet. That's not really their fault. West Virginia, I think they will end up beating them at home, and I think they have Oklahoma in a few weeks. Maybe they can get into that playoff, possibly if they go undefeated. I'm not saying that they will, but there is a chance. Georgia Southern and Appalachian State. I think Appalachian State will win that one pretty handily. UAB and Tennessee. A bunch of my friends think that UAB is going to beat Tennessee. Personally, even though UAB is very good, they're like 7-1 with a top 5 defense, apparently. I'm not sure about that. I think Tennessee gets this win at home. Although I do think UAB will hold it close. Michigan, off their blowout win over Notre Dame, I think they will beat Maryland. I actually think NC State will upset Wake Forest. I like them in that one. I don't really think Wake Forest is that good of a team. I think UCF will beat Houston. I picked Houston to beat SMU, and they almost did it, but they could not pull it off. I think that Notre Dame will beat Virginia Tech. Notre Dame suffered a very bad loss, putting them pretty much out of the playoff. Michigan, it was either Michigan actually looked pretty good, or Notre Dame's just that bad. I don't know. I'm gonna take Notre Dame in this one. Kansas State put a beat down on Oklahoma. I think they can beat their rival Kansas. Kansas State actually looked really good in that game. Army and Air Force. Air Force is like 6-2. They're bowl eligible. They look like a pretty good team. 2 triple option teams. It'll be low scoring. I think Air Force wins. Hey, it's Miami, Florida State. This used to be a big game. I'm going to take Florida State just because they're at home and Miami's kind of underperformed this year. I think Clemson will beat Wofford. This is a big game in the Pac-12. This is Utah's pretty much last big test of the season. They can beat Washington. They're probably going to roll to the Pac-12 championship with only one loss, giving them a very good chance. If Utah and Oregon both get to the If Utah and Oregon both get to the Pac-12 championship with one loss, I think whoever wins that game can make the playoff. But this is a huge game for Utah. They need to win this game at Washington. I think they do that. Ole Miss and Auburn. I think Auburn will get that one. They almost beat LSU, your new number 1 team in the nation, by the way. LSU's looking very good. Cannot wait till their matchup with Alabama. But I think Auburn will win that game. I think Cincinnati will beat East Carolina. And I think Oregon will beat USC. Although that same thing applies for this game. I think this will be a tough game for Utah on the road. I think this could be a tough game for Oregon on their own as well. But if both of these teams can win, you could expect to see a Pac-12 championship between those two teams. And that'll probably be a playoff game. Now, LSU is your new number 1 team in the nation. I think deservedly so. Alabama hasn't really beaten anyone. Ohio State still at that 3 spot. Clemson still at 4. Penn State, Florida, both moved up to 1. Oregon moved up 4 after their big win over Washington State. Georgia moves up. Utah moves up. Oklahoma's at -5. They dropped a bit. And now I would take a 1-loss Oregon or a 1-loss Utah over a 1-loss Oklahoma, if you ask me. Auburn's down. They're probably not going to make the playoff. And Baylor and Minnesota. If they can win this week, they'll just keep trending up. And if they beat more good teams, then I think that there's a good chance. Now, Memphis and SMU. This is a big game because, SMU, I don't think, if they go undefeated, they probably should be in the playoff. If you ask me, I'm a big advocate for small teams. They probably won't, but if they win this game, they'll probably end up going undefeated, and they'll have a good chance to get to a really, really big bowl game. Same thing for Memphis. Even if they win this game, whoever wins this game will have a very high chance to go to a really, really big bowl game. SMU has really impressed me over these past few games, but at Memphis on the road, I think it'll be a tough game for them. However, I do have the Mustangs pulling out a close win at the end. I said they get a game-winning field goal. This game will be very good, close, down to the end. Nice. I'm really excited for this game. I think there's a lot of potential here. Both teams have a lot to play for. Maybe go to a big bowl game, and I think SMU gets the win. Now, your world's largest cocktail party. One of these teams will be eliminated from the college football playoff after this week. One of them. Now, if you ask me who looks like the better team, it's Florida. They held LSU really close. They beat Auburn. They've beaten some other good teams, and they've looked convincing doing so. Kyle Trask has been a great replacement for Felipe Franks. I would even venture to say that he's better than Felipe Franks. Meanwhile, Georgia, on the other hand, lost to South Carolina, and they haven't been really looking that good since. So I think Florida's the better team. Whoever loses this game, done. There's no chance they make the playoff. Whoever wins this game will most likely win the SEC East and have a very good chance to go, and will probably go to the SEC Championship and play either LSU or Alabama. And if they were to win that game, then playoffs are in your future. But I think the question is going to be whether Florida's defense could stop Georgia's running game, because that's where Georgia makes a living. Because Jake Fromm, as much as you want to say, he's not a good quarterback. I'm sorry, he can't throw the ball more than 10 yards. I sound like Uncle Lou now, but that's just the truth of the matter. If Florida can lock up Georgia's running game, I think they'll have a good day, and I think that's exactly what they do. I think Florida will pull out a close win in this one in Jacksonville, and I think that they'll move probably up to number 5 or whatever, and will probably be in very good position to make the SEC Championship. But thank you guys for watching. Here's the board if you want to take another look at it. NFL picks will be coming tomorrow, and 9 days remain until college basketball season. Go MSU, baby. We're winning that national championship, or I hope so. I don't really know. Too early to tell, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.